All right, Roadmap subscribers, welcome back again. I'm gonna do um, something a little different this week. I've already been working on this list. It started out several hundred stocks that are higher yield dividend payers, all different things, uh, from real estate to bonds to uh, just MLPs, all sorts of things that pay a lot of dividend. Now, I've already been through this list. It was quite an extensive list, at least 100. I've kind of boiled it down to ones that look like they have pretty fair opportunity. We'll start out with this HFRO, Hotel Foxtrot Romeo Oscar. Check this out: dividend February, dividend January, dividend December, dividend November, dividend October, dividend September. So it's a monthly pair, all right? I mean, that's what we can gather here really quickly. Now, it had this giant pullback last summer, established the range, and it's been kind of bouncing off the roadmap ever since. Now, right here, just recently, now this got me like kind of excited here. I saw this break above the high on this chart and a consolidation right here. Now, a move up at all would be an entry right here for higher prices. This thing can, move on up 12, 13, $14 easily. And you get this extra bonus like every month. Every month at the end of the month, you get this 8 cents. Now, you already missed it for this week or for this month. So don't rush out there expecting to get paid 8 cents. It's not going to happen. Just not going to happen. You already missed it. You have to be a holder before the X date. You got to be settled before the X date. So, but this one has potential. I mean, we're at 1163. I'll move up to 1282. Let's just talk about that just briefly here. So 1282 minus 1163. It's $1.19 divided by 1163 would be a 10% return. Plus you get your 0.8 cents divided by 1163 that you'll tie up. That's another 6 cent or 6.6% return. If you get that 12 months, that's an 8% yield, 8.2. So it's an 8.2% bonus on top of your 10% price appreciation if you held it for a year. That's just the annualized return that you're paid monthly here. So that one has pretty sweet potential here. That's just using the first target, not even considering that historically this thing gets to be a beast when it starts moving. So, all right, so HFRO, first one on the list. All right, I thank one of my family members for messaging me. All right, PGZ. This one, looks pretty okay, but it is below the roadmap line. So I'm going to cut it off the list for this week. I've got quite a few on my dividend payers list. So CEM. Now this one has moved up already, but it is retraced a little bit. It did make a higher high than here, but not a higher high than back here. So this is one of those gray zone situations that you need to be aware of. Highest high to lowest low. Like this, we've been trading in between. Made a lower high, higher low, still a lower high. Could retrace back down. Keep an eye on it. So what I would really want to do is set my alert up in this zone for breaking above the high on CEM. And you could get you could potentially get in about 33, get out 34.77, 37.57. This one pays 49 cents a quarter, 48 cents, 49 now. It has raised the dividend, unusual in this environment. So it's one to keep an eye on right here. It's an MLP. So if it retraces back to here and bounces again, that'd be an even sweeter entry point. So if it did this and were to bounce back right up through here, you could get in at 30 and just watch it. So, all right. I'm going to leave that one on the list. This one, sitting at the bottom of the roadmap line. Same sort of weird situation here where it's kind of been consolidating sideways since last summer. Higher low, lower high. It had a heck of a range on it Friday there. Anything breaking out above this, like any daily close that looks like it's above this right here, above this 1982 level. Anything that moved up in there, I'd probably go long for 20 to 21. And looks like we're paying, if you're in before March 16th, you get a 17-cent dividend. 17 cents, 17 cents. It looks like a monthly payer. It bumped up from 15 cents last year. So I think dividend raise is, this one may be one you want to get in ahead of the earnings, because dividend raises tend to be bullish. So we didn't do a dividend raise before this earnings, and it came out bearish. But when they bump the dividend right in the face of earnings, kind of telling you that maybe earnings are going to be good. Now, that's not always the case, but it can signal something good's happening. So keep an eye on that one. All right. MPV right in the roadmap line. Nice big 1, 2, 3. Has some kind of wild price action on this one. Can watch a break up above here, maybe. Well, above there would be the most aggressive, up through 1420. This would be a confirmation up to 1460. Let's see what we get. So the quarterly is 20 cents. Paid a bonus 20 cents at the end of the year. All right. MCI. Looking like a standard roadmap setup right there. All right. Sorry for the pause. My wife was asking me some questions. Yeah, so these all, like the price section is not quite, and these are going to be less liquid names, it looks like. Much fewer shares traded. A lot of times I like to hang out in things that trade 1 million shares a day. We're looking at the volume of I guess, is that 6.4 thousand? So 6 million. Or is it 6,000? I guess 12,000 shares there. So, yeah, we're looking at 12,000 shares, 6,000 shares. 7,000 shares. So these are much less liquid names. That's why the candles look funny. There's not a lot of liquidity going on. These are going to be names you want to trade shares in if you're going to do this. And look at all these dividends on this one. This one is below the roadmap line. I think it would be one to set alerts on right here. EIC. Probably something around 1750. I'm going to cut it off the list right now, but we got 12 cents in March, 12 cents in February, 12 cents in January, bonus 20 cents in December, 12 cents in December. They pay these bonus dividends at the end of the year. If you haven't been in the dividend game or high yield game, they do throw in, especially on good years, they throw in these extra dividend payouts. Usually one-time special dividends. So this one, if it moved up through, come on, arrow, go, moved up through here, I'd be really interested, especially considering this pullback is pretty healthy. You're looking at a move up to 20, potentially 21. So I'm going to cut it off right now, though, since it's below the roadmap line, and we've already got quite a few potentials here. All right, TYG looks pretty good. It's got that kind of sideways pattern. Did break to a higher high here, pulled back. That's kind of a standard thing. If it bounces right at the roadmap line again, if it starts back up like this, that can be particularly bullish. 32, 89, 35 upside targets. So, and this one, again, paying a 71 cent dividend, 45 cents, 36 cents. The dividend is inconsistent on this one, but 71 cents, that's pretty healthy. I don't know what the next one's going to be out here. The earnings looks kind of weird. Earnings all over the place there. These things aren't, they don't quite work like normal companies exactly. So, a little bit different environment to get into. There are some caveats and things to learn that are a bit beyond market roadmap. We're just looking for the price pattern at the moment. And the fact that these paid dividends is like extra juice on top of the potential moves. So, TPP pulling back in that zone. Again, same. So we had a higher high here, pulled all the way back into the roadmap. So that's our pullback right there. Came out, found resistance at the prior high, pulling back. Again, this pulls back and bounces here. Can be quite bullish. So watch for that bounce move. That's why these are, this one and this one remained on the list. That one, I'm going to cut it, although put your alert right up here. Break back up above 34. Looks like it could be quite bullish for SRV. But I'm not going to put it on the watch list this week since it is below the roadmap line. But you can add it to your watch list with some alerts. That could be a bullish setup right there. All right, SMM. Yeah, look at this. If it pulls back again, I actually ran some fibs on this one just to see where we were. We didn't quite make it to T1. Came up a little short. It may retrace all the way back to the roadmap line again before it bounces. Dividend situation, like 9 cents a quarter, up from 7 cents a quarter last year. So that's a healthy dividend boost. That's one to keep an eye on right there. All right. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut it, but you can set your alert down here. You could get in now with an expectation to go higher, but it may retrace on you. So it's not the best of the best, so I'm going to cut it off the list on second thought. It does look pretty good for higher prices, but I'm going to cut it. All right. NTG. Same situation. We ran up to a higher high. So these are looking like fair potentials here. Yeah, it did tag T1 pulling back. This could pull all the way back in here. So it's not really set up for an entry right now. It's set up for a pullback. I'm going to cut that one off the list. In ML, same sort of thing. Looks like it came out to T1. Yep, bouncing down. Probably return all the way back down in this zone. So that one again does pay 2 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents. Yeah, 2 cents a month on a 5. If you got in down here, if it bounced on back down to 5.20, that's a pretty healthy dividend, especially when you add up, 2 cents times 12 months. That's 24 cents a year. I mean, that's a pretty fair yield there. So, all right, cutting that one though. KYN. Originally when I did this list, I just went through and culled all the ones that weren't even close to the roadmap at all. Highest high, lowest low, 1, 2, 3, move. Let's see if what the proportions on that move were. 1 point, 2 point, 3 points. Not quite 100%. Not quite A equals C. This one looks pretty fair, really. Let's kind of define this entry point here for us. If we see any kind of move that breaks up through here, it'd be on. I'm going to set the alert at 8.89 for me. Looks like 17 cents a quarter. It's not a bad dividend on something that costs $8 or $9. Yeah, looking for a move out to 9.85, 10.56. So that's on the list for this week. Let's see, KMF. Yeah, that's just your standard setup right there. Standard, plain Jane, lowest low. And 1, 2, 3. Bounce strong. Up, fail, right back to the roadmap line. This is classic right here. So, most aggressive entry right there. Looking for price to move up through it. Somewhere around 760 is where I'm going to set my alert. 759. That's where I just put it. Looking for a move out to 822, 862. Don't know what's falling. Anyway, all right. That's KMF. GER. It needs to pull back more. It looks like it's going to pull back again. This one's also paying 17 cents a quarter. I'm going to cut it off for now. FPL. Looks like that one's needing to pull back a little more. Had a big 1, 2, 3. Classic. 1, 2, 1. Yeah, we need that one to hold and set up something bullish. It needs to get out of its own way here and make some progress. I'd probably put alert around 6 for FPL. That one looks quite bullish. Let's get an MLP. Let's see, paying 4 cents a month on a $6 or $5.79 stock. That's pretty healthy. This one, well, we don't have the strong uptrend here. We broke through strongly, came back and retested, and then we're just sitting here. I don't necessarily like this, that we've been... It came off a strong downtrend. It did not come off a strong uptrend into this consolidation. So while it did bounce strongly up in here, this was looks like a 1, 2, 3 wave move here and consolidating for half a year, more than half a year, 8 months now. Doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be immediately higher prices here. So I'm going to cut that one. FIF. Now that looks, so that was a nice solid uptrend. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Higher lows all the way. This one, if you start getting some higher prices, 13.75. Be looking for a move out here. See, lowest low was back here. Yeah, we need that would like 13.75 would be like a super aggressive kind of entry. 14, getting a close up about 14, and then you'd really want to see it move up through the prior high there, not just find resistance again. Resistance. Need to see it bust on through. Get to 1480, 1533. So that's that one. FEI looks like it's going to pull back. Series of lower highs coming off of that big downtrend over here. While it could be, this is actually not the best setup right here because we have lower lows, lower highs. This is kind of setting up a new downtrend. So cutting that one out. And you're welcome to, if I missed something, use your own judgment. I'm not the end all be all, final say on all things charts necessarily. I could miss something. I'm trying to go fast. There's a bunch of them on the list. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 2. That is messy, but it did come off a pretty strong, pretty rocking uptrend from off the COVID lows, consolidating. This thing's due another pop. Let's see, 7 cents, 7 cents, 7 cents, 7 cents, 7 cents. Yeah, so 7 cents monthly. Be looking for a bounce here. At the minimum, I needed to get up through this 953 and close up there. See, it didn't really. It did have a couple closes up there, but it didn't really stay up there. So somewhere around this 950, I'm gonna put 955 alert for me. All right, VVR. That's below the roadmap line at the moment. Does look pretty nice. Pullback. Nice 1, 2, 3. This could be one to keep on your own watch list. And I'd be looking for a move back up through 450 area, 446, something like that. A nice swift move up like that. I'm going to cut it for now. PHD. That's below the roadmap line. It came off a very strong move up. If you are wanting to keep some of these high dividend players on your watch list or a watch list, oh, excuse me, something like this 1175-ish zone is where you're going to want to watch, where you're going to have your alert for a move like that. I'm going to cut it from the list this week. OXCL, classic bounce off the roadmap line. Nice uptrend from all the way in 2020. Be looking for, if you really want to be conservative about this, you need something that breaks these highs. And it could do it quickly and get, just blast out. Look at some of these moves. So some of these runs go quick on this one. Yeah, holding this roadmap line. So continued bullishness here. All right. That one looks a little sloppy. The high is right here, and we're pulling back, so it's probably going to pull back more. I'm going to cut that one. Let's see. Did blast up through, and it's a series of lower highs. This is what I see right here. Lower high, lower high, lower high, and Lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. That looks like it's set up for a downtrend. I'm gonna cut that one. Yeah, same sort of situation. While this one's kind of holding the roadmap line a little tighter, you know. Got this kind of lower high, lower high, lower low, lower low. It's not one I really want to get my money involved in, even though it pays a monthly dividend. Gotta wait till it breaks out of that funk. Now this one right here can change its kind of setup by getting a move up through this 1485 area. Move up through there. Breaks us out of this downward funk right here. Sets it up. You know, sitting right on the roadmap line. This looks more like a classic reversal type setup to go higher, especially when it's coming off the back of this monster run here. And that's a classic market roadmap bounce right there. High, low. Looking for. Yeah, move up through this. Move up through, I would say, 1455, 1456. Break up in there. That's what we're looking for. All right. That's still quite a few names on the list this week. 15, list of 15. So HFRO, CEM, RSF, MPV, MCI, TYG, TTP, KYN, KMF, FPL, FIF, XFLT, OXLC, EFR, ECC, and that's going to do it. 15 on the list this week. Hope you enjoyed this little something different. Like I said, I just pulled a giant list of high dividend payers and just I culled out most of the ones that weren't even close to the roadmap line before I started, just because I didn't want this video to be like freaking forever. So that's the list for the week. If you're watching on YouTube later, you're not watching on the week of February 20th, 2022. That means you're probably not a member of the Market Roadmap. And check out the description. There's an opportunity to join and get this weekly watch list like live the week I publish it. It's only $47 a year or something like that. So check it out. If you just want free content, like and subscribe. Come visit me on Tuesdays. I do a free for all. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the week. Hope you have a great week, and I'll be back with you again soon. Thanks for watching.